Shema, Yasha'Allah, Yahawa, Chalachayanawa, Yahawa, Chud. Shema, Yasha'Allah, Yahawa, Chalachayanawa, Yahawa, Chud. Shema, Yasha'Allah, Yahawa, Chalachayanawa, Yahawa, Chud. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our power, Yahweh is one. I want to give our praises to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Harakak Badash, double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutes to all 144,000 elect out there. Alright, coming back at you with another lesson. So the title of this video is going to be Silence, Birds, Critters and Trees. That's the only thing that that's the thing that just comes to my mind right now. Silence, birds, critters and trees. And food. That's what I'm surrounded with right now. So that's what we're surrounded with. Let me hit a precept with my visual eye. Let me say that with my visual eye, but not with my spiritual eye. There's a lot of other things too that are going to be made visible to us. Let me hit a precept. Sometimes words don't be expressing how you might feel, but scriptures do. Psalms 113 and 1 says, Praise ye Yahweh, praise all ye servants of the Lord, praise the name of Yahweh. Yeah, man, that's what we're doing. We're going to praise his name when we're around his creation. As spiritual men, not as carnal men, but as spiritual men, there's only one thing left to do but to praise his name. Blessed be the name of the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. Yeah, from creation and forevermore. And in the kingdom, we're going to be praising his name day in, day out. Every morning we get up, we're going to be singing praises, giving him thanks for all the women that we got, the women to infinity that we're going to be getting. We're going to be getting women to infinity, an abundance of food to infinity, an abundance of clean air. Imagine that we ain't never had clean air that is not been tainted by the E's, the fossil fuels, the all the you got the fossil fuels, you got the pollution that they be pushing out, the steams, all the steams and all the corruption that they be pushing out, all that. We've never had clean air that's not been tainted. So clean air to infinity, clean water to infinity, true hydration, not getting to see these ugly, nasty looking people when we look around. You come somewhere and it's beautiful and green, and then you got to see ugly, nasty looking people, all that, and they want to come near you. Keep it moving, man, keep it moving. Let me read this, let me carry on reading this precept. Keep it moving, right? Blessed be the name of Yahweh from this time forth and forevermore, from the rising of the sun unto the going down of the same. The Lord's name is to be praised, right? His name. You see the sun just come out? Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai. That's why we be saying the name, because you get the sun comes out when you say the name, man. Right? That's us giving the glory to Yahweh Shai. We don't take it for ourselves. We give the glory to the Most High. From the rising of the sun unto the going down of the same, the Lord's name is to be praised, man. We're going to continue to praise it. And a lot of the wicked don't like that when we praise his name. It is a terror unto them. You understand? They don't like it. The Lord is high above all nations. And this, I'm land backing off the video I did yesterday. Keep it moving. What's wrong with you, man? Go. You know no life. Keep it bloody moving, man. The whole world was made for our sakes, and when we get into our kingdom, we ain't gonna see ugly people that we don't like the look of around us. Right? The Lord is high above all nations, and his glory above the heavens. Right, man? Yeah, his glory above the heavens. You see? I may just read this precept and just bath in my surroundings and meditate. I've got some bits and pieces to do. Look at this. This is unbelievable. You can't make this up. Look at this. Somebody's dog. Go every yeah, it never fails. It never fails. But that's because the animals are trying to get away, man. The animals are trying to get to their rightful owners. Yasha Allah. And it always makes the video better, you know, when the animals come up. You know, I mean, because it's a sign. It's a sign that the animals, you know, we're going to be in league with the animals, and they want to get away from their temporary owners. You only got the world on leash right now. Even your animals want to get away from you. So the Lord is high above all nations, and His glory above the heavens. And I'm just there I'm going to do my little something, this is my Hilangoli. My heart was beating. I'm in a different area than where I usually go. This is a high area, high up. And I've got new things that I've been looking at. Breaking news. More on I'm gonna hit the precept anyway. Let the precept hit. Explain it. The Lord is high above all nations, and His glory above the heavens. I'm just reading the scriptures because sometimes words can't explain how you well and truly feel. So the Lord is high above all nations, and His glory above the heavens. Right. This is how people be feeling. This is how the Akim we're gonna be feeling. Like this, how I feel, but it's gonna be like on steroids. All right. Who is like unto Yahweh, our power, who dwelleth on high? Yeah, I'm on this high little patch right now, very high above my normal place where I usually go, and I'm gonna be here more often. Maybe I'm gonna be here when things start to really pop off. I don't know. We see what happens when we become pilgrims and moving around. You know, moving around from place to place. This may be a place where I might just fancy coming in the spirit. I'm going to do my little something. To get here, it took some strenuous walking. The heart was pounding. So really, I'm killing two birds with one stone. And the E's don't like when they see a Jake. It's all right because the feeling's mutual. You know, in a certain area. It's all right because the feeling's mutual. The whole world was made for our sakes anyway. So you're going to have to give up the earth soon. Right? The lease is running out. And the Most High are going to kick out you unwelcome guests. They're going to kick you out. The unwelcome, unwanted people on the planet. What they call them? What they call people that rent out? My mind. Let me find out. What are unwelcome people called who are in a house and they need to be removed? Oh, that was a lot. Trespassers, right? Let me turn up the volume. See if you turn off the mute. What do they call it? Unwelcome people. You got tenants, that's the word, tenants. So I'm going to read what it says there. It just come back to me anyway, but I'm going to read what it says there. Unwelcome people in a house who need to be removed are typically called trespassers. If the situation involves someone living in the property without permission and unattended property without permission and intending to stay, they may be considered squatters. Right, so squatters or tenants, unwanted people that live in places where they don't belong or they're not wanted. Their leases run out, they stop paying the rent, they're abusing the property, right? They're either abusing the property, they're not paying the rent, the tenancy, or they've moved in without permission. They're called squatters, right? But if it's a house where they just stop paying the rent and they want it out, they're called tenants. And they're unwanted. These people are here on this planet are now unwanted tenants. They've outstayed their lease, outstayed their welcome. You've outstayed your welcome, but now the rightful owners of the property of the planet, right? Job 9 and 24, the rightful owners of the planet, the world was made for our sakes, are moving back in to their home and establishing it and fixing it up and loving it and looking after it. Yeah, I'm going to do my foraging. I've done my research after I finish this video. Done my research and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to leave some remaining, not like how they do. They don't leave anything left. When they steal, they leave nothing to any needy people. So tenants, squatters, they have to be removed. Your time is past. If the trespassers do not vacate the property when ordered to do so, this is all the spirit right? When ordered to do so, then the order must be enforced by one or two methods. In the county court, a warrant of possession must be obtained and enforced by court bailiffs, right? So the bailiffs, Yahweh's angels are here. His angels are here, and he's going to use us, going to give us the certificate, the permission, the license to move out the unwanted tenants, the squatters. Yahushua is going to give us the license to move out the unwanted tenants on the property who ain't looking after it. They love it, they enjoy it, they bath in it, but they steal from it and they don't put nothing back, right? They don't apply the laws, right? The 7-day law, man, which means to let the earth rest, right? The Sabbath, because the earth has a Sabbath too. It needs to rest too. So they don't apply none of the laws to the planet. Matter of fact, there's a lot of other laws that they don't be applying to the planet too, which is why the earth be mourning and languishing, mourning and lambeth. Let me see if I find that precept. The earth mourneth. Let me see. Let me just check something. If I'm not mistaken, it's in. I'm gonna come back to that. It's in. Let's find it. Right. Isaiah 24 and 4 says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth. Yeah, the world languisheth. Yeah. World languisheth and fadeth away, the naughty people of the earth do languish. Right, the naughty people of the earth. Yeah, haughty and naughty. Haughty and naughty. Slip of the tongue, but not of the heart. But yeah, they're naughty and haughty. You know what I mean? But yeah, you got the people now who people like ourselves, we're suffering the repercussions from the owners of the earth not looking after it. Anyway, they're going to be moved on. They're going to be moved on, right? Most are going to give Yahshua Allah the license to let them move on. They're not wanted, unwanted tenants or squatters, right? Fadeth away, the haughty people do languish the earth, right? The haughty people. So the earth is mourning right now. The earth is fadeth away because of the rightful owners are not in possession of it. But we're going to be given the possession of it. Right now, I'm looking at the beauty of it and I'm appreciating it. I'm not going to do anything that's going to affect it. I'm going to add to it. Yahshua Allah, we add. Right? We give. Yahshua Allah is about giving, not just taking. And we're going to give back to the earth. And over in our land, right? We know our land, right? Where the big nose people and the small hat people them dwelling, right? It's going to become fruitful. They're not going to need no kibbutz to bring things over so that it can start, artificial, synthetic things for it to thrive. We're going to be there. We're going to be like a blessing to the earth. When we go back there, it's going to be a blessing. We're going to bless the earth. We are a blessed people, right? Yahshua Allah, the former of all things. We're the blessed people. So everywhere we go, we're like we have the Midas touch. We bless it. Everywhere we go, we bless it. Right now, the earth is fadeth away. It languisheth, right? The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish, right? So why is that? Let's go back to the article. I just pulled it up in the spirit, right? Why is that? Because Unwelcome people in a house who need to be removed are typically called trespassers. If the situation involves someone living in the property without permission and intending to stay, they may be considered squatters. Right, the legal process for moving squatters, removing squatters involves asking them to leave. If they refuse using responsible force to remove them with police assistance if necessary. And who are the true police of the earth? Yahshua Allah, we're the true police. We're going to police this earth. And when we police this earth, we're going to do it with spiritual power, supernatural power, abilities to see through walls, to read minds. They believe their CCTV solves crimes. Our visible or ability to read minds, detect crime even before it happens. We're going to have that ability to see crime, detect it even before it happens, and quash it, nip it in the bud. So that's the real CCTV, spiritual power. And that's what how we're going to be. We're going to rule this planet with spiritual power under King David under Yahushua under Yahweh. We're going to police this planet. And we're going to get rid of all those unwanted tenants, right? So it spoke about using reasonable force to remove them with police assistance if necessary, right? We're the police here. We're here now, waiting, right? Waiting upon the Lord until he says, yes, go, rise up to the prey, until he rises up to the prey. Yeah, this is generally termed for someone who enters or remains on property without permission and knowing they are trespassing. This term applies when someone occupies a property without permission and intends to live there by a period of time. In some cases, squatting can lead to the squatter gaining legal rights to the property over time, but this is not automatic. Well, they've been here long enough and they've served their sentence. They've used up their lease. They've abused the earth. Now it's time for them to be kicked out, right? Because the rightful rulers of the earth, the police, are here. We're going to police this earth. You understand? So, police involvement. the true spiritual power of the police. The police can assist in removing trespassers or squatters, and they may also determine if the people on the property are squatters, requiring an eviction notice. Right, that's the license. We're going to have the license. Eviction notice. If the police determine that people are squatters, the property owner will need to serve them with an eviction notice, which is usually demonstrated by local authority, right? We're going to have the authority, right? If the trespassers do not vacate the property, we're going to have the authority, right? The eviction notice license from Yahweh, right? Through Yahushua, right? And the police of the earth going to be King David and the 144,000 governing body, policing the earth, cleaning it up, getting rid of unwanted squatters and tenants that need to keep it moving. And we're going to make them keep moving. If the trespasser do not vacate the property when the order to do so, then the order must be enforced by one or two methods. Right. So we're going to get that license. In the county court, warrant or possession must be obtained and enforced by court bailiffs. Right. So the wicked, Job 9:24, your time's run out. Right. You've been given the earth, but your time's run out. So let's get back to where we were. We're going to end off. So we spoke about the earth mourneth and fadeth away, Isaiah 24:4. The world languisheth and fadeth away, right? The haughty people of the earth do languish. The haughty people of the earth, because they're not looking after it. And they have to even suffer their repercussions of their own putting things up in the sky. They're suffering the repercussions of that. The elite be putting things up in the sky, and the rednecks, the local common of their own people, they don't give a about them, and monkeys about them. They're suffering the effects of that just because they want to all come down on us because of their hatred for us. They don't care. They just see them as collateral damage, their own people. So all the things that they're putting up in the air, in the water, in the food, right? And the rabbit hole goes deep what they be putting up in the food. So anyway, but the scriptures don't tell us, doesn't matter what they do, Yahweh Shai gonna make, we're gonna be able to eat. Isaiah 65 and 13. We shall eat, they shall be hungry, we shall drink, they shall be thirsty. So it doesn't matter what they do, and it's also the Most High keeping us alive. It's Him that be keeping us alive anyway. No matter what they be doing, throwing at us, Most High is keeping us, He's sustaining us. Touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. He's sustaining us. So the earth is languishing, is fading away because of the haughty people. Let's get back to the one I opened up with. I said it was going to be a quick hit because I'm just going to get back to my Hilangoli. So I just wanted to put this up and throw this vibration up there, right? Land backing off the video I did yesterday, right? Song of Thanksgiving, Hannah, she was giving thanks to the Most High, and the earth was made for our sakes. We are going to be on top of the world, aka we're the underdogs. Yeah, Yahshua Allah going to be on top of the world, aka the underdogs, right? And King David is a perfect example. I use that, right? How he slayed Goliath. Yahshua Allah, we're going to slay this Goliath, right? The modern day Goliath, the hearty people, the elite of this place, right? Over here and over in Babylon and over in the mother of Babylon. They're Goliath, and we're going to slay Ono. We're going to slay Ono. We're coming for Ono, right? King David in the spirit and Yosap, Joseph in the spirit, coming for Ono. Despite what you tried to do, right? You tried to delete Joseph, right? And you sold him into slavery because you didn't like him. You didn't like him because he was loved by his father Jacob. Jacob gave him that multicolored rainbow, multicolored coat, and because of that, his brothers tried to delete him because they was jealous of him. They tried to delete him, right? And he ended up going being sold as a slave. They ended up collaborating together and selling him to Egypt, to the Egyptians as a slave. But the story, as the story had it, is that he was in the house of Potiphar, right? And he was accused of raping the wife, right? Potiphar was the pharaoh of those days, and he was accused of raping his wife, and he served his sentence. He was found guilty, but he was then acquitted by the Most High. He was acquitted because he didn't do it. He was innocent, so that was an injustice he had to deal with. And the Spirit of the Lord was always with him when he was going through all the suffering and the injustice what he was experiencing. The Spirit of the Lord was always with him, and it was part of the movie. And the Most High eventually lifted him up, and he became high, second in command under Pharaoh. So he became a governor of that land, and everybody ate. The whole land was blessed because of Yahusap. The whole land was blessed because of Yahusap through the Spirit of the Lord. So what they intended to do turned out in the Most High's favor and in Yahusap's favor. So the underdog, right? We shall be sitting on top of the world, aka the underdog, gonna be sitting on top of the world. And you can't spoil the movie, you can't put a spanner in the works. It's all, if it's the Most High, whatever the Most High plans, that shall succeed. My word that goeth forth shall not return to me without results. So you can't stop this truth, right? It's the Most High's plan. So let's get back to it. So yeah, we will be sitting on top of the world. Let me read it. 1 Samuel 2, to back up what I was reading in Psalms 113. This one makes the point. Let's read it here. The Lord give both deletion, life, right? The Lord killeth and maketh alive. 1 Samuel 2 and 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. This is Hannah's prayer, thanksgiving prayer. Maketh alive, he bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. The example I just gave of Joseph, Yahusap, right? Maketh rich and bringeth low and lifteth up, right? Because what happened? His head was lifted up. Yahusap, he was in prison, he served his sentence 2 years, and then eventually he was given interpreting dreams, and he met the right person, and his head was lifted up by interpreting that dream. He was lifted up into a superior position as a governor. He riseth up, so he went down, served his sentence for an injustice, something that he didn't do. Right, the Most High brought him down, but the Most High rose him up. He riseth up. Right, 1 Samuel 2:8. He riseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill. He set them among princes. Yeah, ain't that right? Ain't that right? He said Yahusap, Joseph, among the prince of that time, the Pharaoh of that time. Right, among princes. Right. Lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill. He set them among the princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory for the pillars of the earth. Yeah, he made, and we're going to inherit the throne of glory. If Abba Ratazar, keep praying, stay in your lot, and keep your medicine strong, and you're going to inherit, you Akim, Abba Ratazar, Alawi, going to inherit the throne of glory. Right. Inherit the throne of glory, for the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. Yeah, man. Just to clarify my video I did yesterday, he gonna make us sit on top of the world. The underdogs who were down low in the dunghill gonna be sitting on top of the world. Let me just settle that one there. Let me just marinate in that and just let that one settle in. Yahshua Allah will be sitting on top of the world, aka the underdogs. Right? So we're going to end off, let's go back to it. Psalms 113 and 4. The Lord is high above all nations, and his glory above the heavens. Who is like unto Yahweh our power, who dwelleth on high, who humbleth himself to behold the things that are in the heaven and in the earth. He riseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth the needy out of the dunghill, that he may set him with princes. Does that not land back to make the point I just read? 1 Samuel 2. I just read it. That he may set him with princes, even with the princes of his people. He maketh the barren woman to keep house and to be joyful. Right. This is definitely the precept to what I just read about Hannah. She was barren, and she became fruitful, and that was her prayer. She was glorifying the Most High, giving thanks to the Most High. So he maketh the barren woman Hannah to keep house, and yeah, that was us, Yahusap. Once in the dumps, in the dunghill, but he lifted him up. He maketh the woman barren to keep house, to be joyful, mother of children. Praise ye Yahweh thy power. So there you have it, man. He riseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth the needy out of the dunghill. The word of Yahweh B'Shem Shai Kala Yahweh B'Shem Shai B'Shem Rakah. So the rightful rulers of the earth are here, and he's putting us back in our position where we left off, and we're going to look after the earth. We're going to replenish the earth. It's going to be fruitful. We're going to bless the earth, because everywhere we go, Yahshua Allah, right, we're going to bless everything gets blessed, right? And even when we get back into our own land, that's going to be blessed too. Going to be blessed and fruitful. So the word of Yahweh Shem Mashah putting the spirit on us once again, right? That breath, breathing that breath onto us, man. And I'm going to continue with Abba Ratazar, getting out there, getting my hands dirty. I'm going to finish my Hilangoli right now. So Yahshua Allah are the people of the earth. We're back here. We're going to bless the earth, man. The underdogs. Right, the rightful rulers of the earth are back. The Most High is giving us the license to kick out all squatters and unwanted guests. So that's it. I opened up when I said critters, birds, silence and trees, and bush tucker. That's what's surrounding right now. And our kingdom going to be full of it. And the squatters are going to have to keep it moving. They're going to be there, but they're going to be, in chains. So the word of Yahweh Shem Shah once again, putting the spirit on me to do this video. Till the next one. Silence, birds, critters, and tree and bush tuckers. That's the title of this video.